What's up, Aquarius? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting July 21st, 2025. Aquarius, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. And definitely, Aquarius, I appreciate the comments that come through, so keep them coming. I don't respond to all of them, but I do read them just to let you know, so I do appreciate that. Anyway, we're just going to cleanse the energy here from doing Capricorn's messages for the week, and we shall begin with your messages. All right, so what is the energy that Aquarius has to look forward to? Please show Aquarius their energies, my water bearers. Oh, the deck that I'm using will be, of course, listed in the description box, not reading any reversals. Energies for Aquarius. So if you hear me sniffling and coughing periodically, I picked up a cold. I never get summer colds, but I think I picked it up from one of my female clients that I worked with, and she ended up having bronchitis. So I got her, whatever she started out with, I picked it up. Anyway, Two of Pentacles popped out. We're going to use that in your main spread. And just to talk about the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling two things here, Aquarius. Could be, doing two projects, two things. Could be interested in two people. Still could be a small pay raise coming in for some Aquarians that I'm reading for. And also, too, it could be that, you're trying to balance out your money for the week, your budget. All right. In addition to that, we're going to see what else is coming up here in store for you. And we're going to start off with the Queen of Cups, mother of all love, nurturing, caring, and supportive. All right. Up next is the Four of Wands. That's the happiness card, celebrations. All right. Seven of Cups, more love. All right. Queen of Wands. So you got two people here in the spread. Queen of Wands is very fiery, passionate. Knight of Cups, another person. Okay, this is about love. Look at that. It's underneath the Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups is specifically for those Aquarians who are engaged in romantic partnerships. Okay, look at that. The Hierophant, Major Arcana, spiritual energy of protection. Another person, Knight of Swords. This is your own energies. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, big money. One of my big money cards here, abundance. On top of the Knight of Cups, we have the Major Arcana, the Hermit. Following that, we have the Ace of Pentacles, another big money card. Wow. Following that, we have Justice, Major Arcana, balance. And then we finish off with the Eight of Cups. All right, so let's pull this energy here together for you, Aquarius, to see exactly what's going on. But I already get a feel that some of you are going to have a terrific week. All right, so let me pull the messages here to see exactly what's going on. So we started off with the Queen of Cups. Of course, this is female energy, so it could be for all the female Aquarians that come through. It's just, basic indication that you're a very loving person, very caring person. You do care about other people, because she does the same thing. She's caring, she's nurturing, she's loving, and she's very intuitive, so you definitely want to pay attention to your intuition this week. She's here to help guide you so that you are, making the best choices for yourself moving forward, especially because we've received the Seven of Cups in our spread, which could be many options that open up to us for this week as well. All right, so she also, too, can pull in and form not only platonic relationships, Aquarius, but she can pull in romantic partnerships. She's in the line of cards where I always say if you receive it in your spread, then you are, not automatically, I shouldn't say that. You may be already receiving that love, that dedication, devotion. And again, that energy could be coming in from your family, your friends. I'm throwing in coworkers as well. Could be romantic partners. Following that is the happiness card, the Four of Wands. It's always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building with others. Someone could be getting married here. Someone may be thinking about, since we have the Knight of Swords, your own energies, relocating or moving to a different area. Celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. It could be someone who's getting proposed to or engaged to. Couples may be deciding to move in with one another. It could be family members. It could be friends. All right. And since we have the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Pentacles in this spread here, I oftentimes talk about when the Four of Wands shows up here, whether or not a decision is made to relocate to a different area, and whether or not that relocation warrants any purchases of any land or property. But that could be the case. But this is a very good card to receive. There's something to be happy and in celebration about, okay? And it's usually with other people. Seven of Cups here, like I said before, is, many options could be opening up to you. And mirrors over here to the Queen of Cups. This is also two in the group of those cards that I'd say that, if it shows up in your spread, then you very well may be already receiving that devotion, that love, dedication, coming in from those people that are closest to you. Again, family members, friends, romantic partners. Paying attention especially to your intuition, because the Seven of Cups is all about that intuition. You have to trust the process of those gut feelings, those inner voices that you hear. The very first thing that you get in your gut is the correct answer. So you always have to go with that. Queen of Wands, she's intent. She's fiery, she's passionate, she's focused on something or someone. She's normally going after whatever it is that she's focused on. So a high degree of passion, high degree of intensity. She's a core card. She can express herself in a sexual manner, which is pretty good. Mirrors over here to the Queen of Cups. So again, that could bring together, relationships, romantic, platonic. Okay. Somebody may already be involved in a relationship, or you just could have, fire energy in your birth chart, or you have, it could be family members and friends who are fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay. Following the Queen of Wands, we already talked about the Two of Pentacles, so we can put that there. We have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is all about those partnerships, those relationships that Aquarians that I'm speaking of that are already in committed partnerships. You're getting out of that relationship and that which you're putting into, right? Also to the Knight of Cups is in terms of an offering. It could be Aquarius who is offered a job this week. And then, like the Queen of Cups, outside of the fact that the Queen of Cups pulls in two energies to form relationships, the Knight of Cups specifically is about romance. So with romantic partnerships. All right, following that is the Hierophant. Again, someone could be getting married. And like I said, it sits underneath the Four of Wands. This is a card of spiritual energy, spiritual protection, teaching and learning. I always talk about on-the-job training. Definitely be on the lookout for any types of spiritual epiphanies this week, enlightenment, synchronicities when it comes to any types of rolling angelic numbers that you see on a regular basis. Definitely you need to look those energies up because they are trying to, communicate with you just to let you know where you are or what's happening around you at this particular time. Okay, I'm talking about 1111, any numbers in sequence. Like I've been seeing 1111 all last week, 333, 555, and more than once. So I definitely looked up the energies, and to look up the energies is very positive. All you got to do is Google, what does the angelic number 1111 mean, 333, 444, and so forth. Okay, now following that there, did I mention someone could be training on the job here with this Hierophant? I always seem to get that. This is you, the Knight of Swords here. So you normally in any other deck that I use, the Knight is faced in the past direction. So it means that Aquarius that I'm reading for could be having to charge through, make a decision about something that's related to your past. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but I do feel because he's facing the future, you're taking care of something that may be related to your past. That's why I'm going to say that. All right, that will be the Knight of Swords. Nothing is going to prevent you because you're using your analytical mind as opposed to allowing any types of emotions to trump you up in terms of whatever it is that you're about to take action against or for. Okay, or make a decision against or for. Up next here is the Ten of Pentacles. Again, big money card here in the spread. This is feeling abundant. This could definitely be any forms of inheritance here, equal number of pentacles. So it could be someone receiving, a big pay raise. It could be a promotion, definitely bonus money. If you are the risk-taking Aquarius that does the casino runs, likes to play the lotteries and scratch-offs and like as such, just play responsibly because this is an opportunity of big money. And then you got another card here that represents big money, and that's the Ace of Pentacles, and we will talk about that. All right, so what landed on the Knight of Cups is the Hermit, Major Arcana. So this is a card that I always talk about. It's neutral energy. It's just, one of those types of energies where, you might want to spend a moment alone or just break away and have a quiet set alone. Possibly could be just, reading a book, catching up, reading a book. It could be in a form of meditation. It could also, too, be derived from some sort of source of soul searching, okay? Individual soul searching, or it could be soul searching regarding a relationship, since it falls on the Knight of Cups. So, it could be specific for an Aquarius about a romantic relationship that you're, thinking about it, going within, but you need space, okay? Giving yourself some space and trying to figure out what's going on here, why you are either involved with this person or why you've become attracted to this person. But it could be almost a number of things here. It's temporary energy, and I always say that the light that he holds, the lantern, is usually the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to stay in this energy too long. You're just going to do what you need to do and then come out of that mood. Up next is the other big money card, the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is a card that represents an infinite amount of earning potential, earning power. So it could be anything involving investments, savings, startups of any businesses. Still could be a job offer, contract offer. Okay? Unlimited amount of energy here. So money is looking very strong here for Aquarius this week. Let's keep our fingers and hope that is true. It comes true, or it is true. All right, so the Justice card, Major Arcana, lands on the Knight of Swords. So this is you feeling liberated this week, feeling balanced this week, exercising your freedom. Anything Aquarius going on for you will be in your favor. I always talk about workman's comp being in your favor, but any settlements, judgments, litigations being in your favor. The scales that is in the picture here is always about you going through the week, having to sustain a sense of balance, feeling at peace with yourself, and like the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. You got three cards that would be indicative of someone could possibly getting, now they may not be getting married this week, but it's on the horizon. Okay, and that could be you, planning a future wedding. Someone gets married here. All right, so that's the Justice card, Major Arcana. And the last card on top of the Ten of Pentacles for you is the Eight of Cups. And I always call this as the no drama week for Aquarius. Maybe you dealt with some drama last week. Didn't have to be a high degree of drama. Maybe it could have been just one thing. And then this week, you don't want to deal with it. Maybe you've come to some sort of resolved. If it was involving another person, because normally the Eight of Cups represents not only love, but it also represents, relationships that you have with other people. So it could be romantic, platonic, and definitely a family situation. So maybe you dealt with something in the past, you're over it, or you resolved it like I mentioned before, and now you're moving away from it. And so this turns out to be a no drama week for Aquarius. All right, so this is what I have for you, Aquarius. I do apologize being under the weather a little bit here. So anyway, just take what's going to work for you. This is me interpreting these messages the best that I can. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Continue to throw the comments in there. I definitely read them. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, and I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.